What are you've just said some of the aspects of the job you like, but what are some of the aspects of the job you like the most? And what are some things that sort of keep you up at night or, cause you to worry on Sunday night or what have you?
Gotcha. Lots of things cause me to worry on Sunday night.
Yeah.
No.
Sunday's a night, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
It's a real moment.
So a couple of things I really like, being creative.
Mm-hmm.
So I love having a creative outlet, and because there are very unique issues with different organizations, with different individuals, with different groups within an organization, like you have to be creative in coming up with solutions to make them cyber aware, to change their behavior in a way that meets them, right?
Okay.
So if we think about like just a general organization, they have a sales team, they have a front office team.
Yep.
The way you're going to reach both of those in a meaningful way is going to be very different. And so having the opportunity to be creative and figure out how you're going to do that is something that I like. I'm also very data driven. I'm task oriented. Like that's kind of stuff I like. So that's something that I enjoy. But what keeps me up at night on Sunday night, despite what a lot of the people that are listening to this podcast and what you and I know as cyber professionals, is that cybersecurity is very important. And unfortunately, sometimes we don't have the executive buy-in. Some of the managers I work with don't have the executive buy-in or budget to do much more than check the box. And it's really hard for me to understand that.
Yes.
Kind of when things happen in the industry, like the solar winds and those things,
Right.
it's like, the water company in Florida getting hacked, like that kind of stuff. I'm like, come on.
You feel like there'd be enough of these stories coming through where people would finally go, oh, this is a real thing, but there's still a lot of rubber stamping in your view.
There is. And I think also arm wrestling for priority.
Yeah.
Right. So, you have, if we talk just learning and development, right, you have your annual anti-harassment, you have your annual, other compliance courses, you have, teaching managers, you have teaching, new hires, all of these things. And it's like, what piece of the pie does cybersecurity get?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to arm wrestle over the last eighth of the pie, or, are we only going to get a 16th of it? So I think part of it is part of what keeps me up is how do I better arm security awareness managers with information that will help them get that executive buy-in, that will help them get that budget, because we do have, organizations that have recognized the value in it and they have amazing programs. And then we have others where the manager is like, help me grow this to something that is meaningful. Like I have to have that. So I would say that's probably what keeps me up at night.
Yeah, no. And that's not nothing. That's not like, oh, I don't want to get up early or whatever. Like it's like that's at the core of what you're doing, because if you're not getting the buy-in from the top, like it's a lot harder to sort of do the optimal best messaging.
Well, and I think one of the other things like that's very prominent right now, obviously COVID, and has been for a while. And there are organizations that will not send out COVID related phishing emails,
right?
Because it is too sensitive. And while I completely understand that, my question to them back is, then what are you doing to educate people around this topic and the risks, right? Because there has to be value there. I think sometimes I almost care too much about the people, like as humans, right? Versus just as employees and how secure the network is. But I think that's the thing that really bugs me.
New episodes of the CyberWork podcast are available every Monday at 1 p.m. Central. And don't forget to check out our hands-on training series, CyberWork Applied. Each week, expert Infosec instructors teach you a new cybersecurity skill and show you how that skill applies to real-world scenarios. Go to infosecinstitute.com/learn to stay up to date on all things CyberWork.